What's up, everybody? It's Broken Bones here, and welcome back to another episode here on the KrustyKraft server. Today is episode 17, yes it is, and today we're starting things out here by blowing up my base, finally. We got rid of this dirt hut, and we still have a little bit of cleaning up to do, which I'm going to do right now. But yes, I've moved everything out, and we're all moved out downstairs, and by the look of it, down there by that cactus, I've also wrecked my little rail station with some of the TNT. As you can see, down in our new area for the base is the area that I dug out a few episodes ago. It looks like some gravel fell, probably from the TNT, I'm guessing. But nonetheless, we got our storage system pretty much all set up here for the beginning of the game. This is still early game setup. This is not mega base style by any means, but as you can see, we've got our wood, we've got all of our wood crafted stuff, we've got stone, cobblestone, all the stone crafted stuff. We've got tons of stuff here, so we're definitely moving along. We're making some progress here on our base. But we're not going to be working here in today's episode. No, we're not. In fact, BadBlood is now back from vacation, so I waited a little bit too long to finish that moss farm, so I think we need to go finish that up for him. On my way to Underground Utopia, a bunch of funny stuff happened. So here's some clips of us just hanging around, just being Krusty Crafters.
What the hell? And yet some people talk about, oh, Bones is here. Yep. And you guys have been talking about other people having retags.
Damn, I've been talking the whole time, my mic's been muted. I was gonna include this in the video clip and I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness!
Why do you have bunny ears?
Oh my goodness!
My god! Look, it's like on his little, look at his little items on his Oh,
it's
Big Shrek! Big Shrek!
It's Shrek!
Oh, really good.
It's pretty accurate, too.
Does he have eyes?
Oh my goodness, everyone's so silly. Look at this armor stand, too. It's being silly, too. It's like super happy to see me. Look at its leg. Look at that low-key doesn't look right, does it? It doesn't really look right, but nonetheless, we are here back at Underground Utopia right here at our moss farm, and we have some bits that we need to do here today. We need to try to do our best to finish this in today's episode. We have the shulker box unloaders that we need to do up on top. We have one on this side and one on the other side. We have all the hopper lines, and then downstairs we have all of the storage. So to get things started here, we need some ice paths right in here to go ahead and take all the items that fall down and push them right into the center. So we're going to need some water right there. We're also going to need some more water over there. And then we're going to need a couple buttons right here to stop the water in the middle. So now I'm building the drop chute where all the items are going to be falling. And I'm looking in my inventory. I've only got 30 bits of glass left. And that's all the glass I have. And I don't think we're going to be able to build the rest of the farm with 30 bits of glass. So I think we're going to need to go ahead and get some glass before we move forward. But thankfully, Underground Utopia has this awesome villager trader at it where you can buy glass and get emeralds at the same time. Now we're back and we're making good progress. We are now under the farm. We're now at the bottom of the chute and we've put in our ice path. Next we need to go ahead and put in our water switching station. This is going to make the water flow left or flow right depending on if we want to make bone meal or if we want to collect the actual moss. So what we're going to do there is we're going to go ahead and break that glass block out. We need to go ahead and put in a dispenser right there. What we're going to do on that one is we're going to throw in a water bucket, and then over here we're going to do the same thing, except this time we're going to throw in a regular bucket and put the water on the outside. So we're going to go and throw that there. Go ahead and place in a regular bucket, then we'll take a water bucket and place it down out here. And I believe, let's go ahead and cap that off. I really don't want to ruin all my torches. Looks like I might have ruined one. I'll go down there and fix that soon. So now that our water dispensers are in, if we take a couple blocks just like this all the way across, go ahead and throw some redstone dust on top of those. Let's go ahead and do that. And now we should be able to see that whenever we hit this button here, we're going to put a button on the side here, just like that. Now you should see that when the items come down, they're going to land in this water, which they're going to get pushed in that direction. Let's go ahead and cap this off so we don't ruin any more torches. And then if we hit this button here, let's go ahead and do that. And you can see now that the water switches sides. So now we've buttoned that all up, and now we're on to the storage system, which is going to be right over here. And in order to do that, we need a chest right there, so our items will be aligned right there, just slightly off the ice. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come on down here, and we're going to put a bunch of hoppers in here. We've got a bunch of hoppers right here. We need to go ahead and create the storage system for this. And this is going to go all the way down into some composters, which is going to be these stone blocks down below. Well, looks like in our list of materials we forgot to get iron bars. Iron bars keep the water from flowing out over these hoppers, and it keeps the items right here on this ice so they can flow down the edge of the hoppers and go in. And so luckily I've got some iron on me, so we're going to go ahead and make some iron bars right there. Luckily that was fairly quick. Where's my axe at? There we go. Let's go ahead and get that guy right here. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and place in some iron bars. Now, like I said, these are going to keep the items in the ice, and it's going to keep the items right here, right on the edge of the hopper, so they can go in while they travel quickly down the ice. Alright, so now I've got those in, and one thing I want to do before we move forward is test this. I really want to test this because right here is a chunk border. This is the chunk border, and sometimes chunk borders act funny and our items won't actually go in. So let's go ahead and put our water in here. Let's go ahead and put our button right here, put some more water in right there. There we go. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take a few buttons here. We're going to take the rest of our buttons, see if they actually go into the hoppers or if they don't, because that's going to be the deciding factor there. Let's see. And as you can see, they don't. That's a funny chunk border right there. Yep, we're definitely going to have to re-engineer the storage system. Well, I guess we didn't need these iron bars after all. Okay, I have now fixed the hopper line, and now the water is going to go directly on top of the hoppers. This is going to make it to where the items do the exact same thing, they just won't flow quite as quickly, but it still works. And so now that we've got that done, we need to go ahead and cap this all off. And now that that's done, we need to come underneath our area right here. That's the last block we're going to break, and then we need to go ahead and place some composters under here, so that way all of our moss and other items go ahead and turn into bone meal. Now all of those are in, so now we need to go ahead and place a hopper right here in the middle. This is going to be our shulker box loader area right here, and we're going to go ahead and throw hoppers leading into that hopper, all underneath all of these composters on both sides. So we need to go over here and do the exact same thing. Now we're down here below our droppers, and all of our temporary blocks have been removed, and now this is going to be where our shulker box loader is going to be. And so in order to do this, we're going to need a piston right there to break it when it's completely full, and then we also need a way to detect when it's completely full, which I believe I actually forgot to get that part out. Let me go ahead and get a comparator out here out of one of my backpacks here. Let's go ahead and get... They're in my inventory. That was actually good. I had them right there. Alright, so let's go ahead and place one right there, and actually let's go ahead and remove this. We're going to put in some real blocks right there. So let's go ahead and get our building blocks here, just like that, and we'll actually replace that one there like this. We'll put 2 building blocks just like that, and then we'll grab our comparators. We'll go ahead and put that right there, just like so. Then we need a sticky piston with an observer, so we're going to grab a sticky piston. That's going to go right there, and then we actually need to get down by a few blocks, which I believe we could probably do just like that right there. There we go. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and grab our observer. Now the observer has to be going in facing down, because whenever this gets a reading, it's going to go ahead and power this piston, and that observer is going to power that piston, ultimately breaking the shulker box. But we don't want our shulker box to be broken at any time. We only want it to be broken when it's completely full. So we're going to throw that comparator on subtract mode, and we have another comparator right here, and that's because we're going to throw a dropper right here, and it's going to subtract the amount of signal that we're giving it from this dropper, and it's going to subtract it from that comparator, which means that we're going to go ahead and load this guy up, which we actually need to grab the items for that. Let me go ahead and get those here real quick. Alright, I now have 9 stacks of blocks, so we're going to go ahead and throw these in here until that's completely full. There we go. Alright, then the very last stack, we're going to go ahead and take one piece out just like that, and that's going to give a signal strength of 14, and the maximum strength is 15. So whenever that shulker box is going to be completely full, it's going to go ahead and override the signal coming out of this dropper, and then finally it'll give an output of breaking our shulker box. But finally, when the shulker box is broken, we're going to need a way to dispense a new one. So we're going to go ahead and detect whenever that piston gets fired here, and we're going to go ahead and do that with an observer just like that. We're going to go ahead and come out right here just like so, and then we're going to come back over here just like that, and then we can go ahead and break this block out, and we're going to place an observer right there. So that's going to carry the signal from this piston. It's going to go all the way around here, all the way to the observer, or all the way to the dispenser that's going to be right here. But then, what if this dispenser is empty? That signal is going to come all the way around and dispense an empty shulker box. It's not going to have any shulker boxes in it because it doesn't have any. So if it's going to be empty, then we're going to need to detect when a shulker box does come into this. And we're going to do that with a comparator right there. We're going to go ahead and place in a sticky piston right there and a downwards facing observer right there. And that's going to go ahead and power this block, which whenever a item comes in here, which you can see if we go ahead and throw a piece of stone in there, let's go ahead and do that. If we do that, you can see that it dispenses it automatically. Oh boy, I made myself a mistake. I actually wasn't watching the tutorial. I was actually just going off of what I knew how to do, but at the same time, we are going to be needing to put glass right here, right where this observer was going to power that. And the reason why is because whenever the shulker box gets broken, it has potential of landing on one of these blocks, so we got to seal all this up. So to make sure that that stays sealed, we're going to throw our piston right here on the side, just like, what is going on there? Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay, and then we need to go ahead and see if we can throw an observer in right there. Can we throw that in just like this? Can we? Why can't we do that? Yeah, it might have been in the way. I wonder if I can reach it from all the way over here. Let's see if we can get that. Maybe if we jump over to here, can we get that? We still can't get that. Why can't we place a block right there? That space is being funny. It's not allowing me to place a block there. Now watch this. I was able to place it this way, but I don't need it that way. I need it facing over there. So let's go ahead and try this one more time. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, that time it placed. This block was being so funny, so weird. Oop, I just fell off. I think this is the most effort I've ever put into placing an observer. And that is pretty much the shulker box loader done. All we need to do now is put glass around it and put a collection system for the full shulker boxes that get broken. But we need to go ahead and place ourselves in a full block there, and then we need to button this up with some glass. We're going to place glass there and there. And anytime the shulker box is full, that observer is going to get pushed forward and it's going to be blocked anyway, so that's okay. We're going to leave that one open. And then over here, we're going to do the same thing. We need to place in our glass in all of these areas. Let's go ahead and get up here just like that. And we need to place glass right on top of here, here, and here, just like that. And actually, we don't need it over here on this one. That one's actually unnecessary. And then we need to go down below and do the exact same thing underneath these observers. So now we're down below. We're going to go ahead and finish off our tube down here. We need to bring this all the way down just like this, all the way down here, and it should be a 3x1 area for our shulker box to go, so that way it can go to the left or to the right or straight down, and it should make it down into our collection system. So now we need to do the shulker box storage system. This is going to be the empty shulker box storage, and the empty shulker box is going to go into this dispenser, and then when they get dispensed, they'll be loaded up with bone meal, then they'll be broken into the full shulker box storage system. So in order to get this one started, we need to go ahead and place in a hopper right there with a barrel on top, and then we're going to go ahead and come out by another one with another barrel just like that. We're going to hop on over to here. We're going to place in another hopper just like that, and then we're going to go ahead and bring in another barrel just like so. Then we need to do the same thing down below. We need to go ahead and get down here, and then we're going to place in ourselves a temporary block on the bottom of that glass there, right here in the center, just like that. And we're going to go ahead and throw in a hopper right on that one. We can break that one out, and we can go ahead and throw in a barrel on the face of that one, I believe, just like that. There we go. Alright, and then that's actually perfect, because now we need to throw in another hopper right there, and another barrel on the front of this one, just like that. And actually, I would prefer if that was spun around the other direction. That would be better, I think. Everything's facing forward. Let's go ahead and throw that in there just like this. There we are. Okay, and then we'll grab our hoppers and throw that one in just like that. So now we have 3 on top and 3 on bottom. And I almost forgot, these hoppers that go on the side here, these will collect the shulker box in case they go to the right or the left. So now it's time to go ahead and load this system up with shulker boxes. So we're going to go ahead and craft up a bunch of shulker boxes here and throw them into the system. So let's go ahead and craft these up, and then we're going to go ahead and throw them in here, and we're going to be doing this until the system is full. And as you saw right there in that last clip, you heard the dispenser firing, and there's our shulker box down below, dispensed automatically. Alright, these are the last few shulker boxes that I can make. I'm all out of chests. We still have a few extra shells left over, but that's going to have to do for now, and it looks like we've got quite a few in there. And now that we got this system loaded with shulker boxes, lastly we need to come down here below these guys. Let's go ahead and line ourselves up right here. There we are. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to go ahead and throw in ourselves a dropper right below this hopper right there, and then underneath this barrel we're going to go ahead and throw in another hopper just like that. That's going to take the shulker boxes that get filled up with bone meal and throw them right into this dropper here, and this is going to go into some ice streams that'll carry the shulker boxes to either this farm or another farm. Oh boy, we're getting low on hoppers too. I wonder how many more we're going to have of these. We need to go ahead and get these in here. We need to go ahead and place a hopper going into the side of this dropper right there. This is going to carry the bone meal, the actual bone meal, into the farms, and so we need to go ahead and do this all the way up just like this. And at every dropper like that, we need to make sure that we place it going into that one, and then we can continue going up. And then here's the last one coming up right now, and we need to make sure we place that going into there too, just like that. And then one off to the side right here, and this is basically where our shulker box loader goes. And to build that, we are going to need ourselves a barrel right here with a hopper on the back, just like this. And then back behind here, we're going to need ourselves a sticky piston. So let's grab some temporary blocks here. Let's go ahead and grab these. And we're going to hop up here. We're going to go ahead and place in a couple temporary blocks just like that. We'll break these two out just like so. Grab ourselves a sticky piston and place it on there just like that right there. And then over here, we need to go ahead and grab ourselves some real blocks right here. Okay, we're going to place in a block on top of this guy just like that, and then another one. We actually need to go up here just a little bit. Let's go ahead and see if we can dig ourselves up here just a little bit. There we go. Okay, now we need to go ahead and break this one out. This is going to be where comparator goes. It's going to go just like that. And then we have another block there. And now we need to place some redstone dust underneath this piston, kind of like right where that block is. That's going to be hard. And I think if I come right over here to this hopper right here, we could probably place a block in right there in which I can get down beneath here. Yes, we can. Let's go ahead and bridge on over to here, just like that. There we go. And then I also need a block right here. It's always a little bit more than you expect. So let's go ahead and put a block right there and some redstone dust on top there. Now that'll power that piston. So anytime that there's items in the shulker box, it's going to be right over this hopper right here. This piston will be extended, and then when it's finally empty, that hopper will be pulled back, and then we'll have some timing up top to break the shulker box and send it back down to get reloaded. So now I've gone ahead and dug out some more headspace so we can build up a little bit, and on top of this block right here where our comparator is, we need to go ahead and place in ourselves a sticky piston like that with an observer on its face just like so. We need ourselves some regular blocks just like this. We're going to go ahead and place in ourselves a repeater on top of this one right here. Let's go ahead and place that in. Let's go ahead and crouch just like that, and that's going to be on 4 ticks just like so. Then we need to go ahead and throw that into a block just like this. There we are. Then a sticky piston goes on the side of that one there, and then we need to hop off to the side over here and throw in an observer, and that observer is going to go into a block, and then we have a dispenser over here that we need to go ahead and throw in the opposite direction. So we're going to come right over here and throw that in right there. And now anytime a shulker box comes in here, we've got our auto dispensing station. So we've got a comparator there that's going to power that piston, that's going to power this observer, which will power that dispenser anytime something's inside of it, and it should dispense the shulker box. And now we need to go ahead and enclose that, because when that shulker box gets broken, we want it to go into this water stream that we're going to have down here on this glass. So in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and place in a solid block there just like so. And I think we should go ahead and come out here with another temporary block just like this right here. And we're going to go and throw some glass right here and right there, and that'll go ahead and close all of that. We're going to go ahead and break this temporary block out. And then we're going to come back on over here. We're going to head on downstairs right on top of these guys right there, and we're going to continue to work on this water stream. Alright, so in order to build this guy, we're going to go ahead and come right out here. We're going to take a temporary block right there, and we're going to bring another piece of glass right there. These glass doesn't need to be there. That glass doesn't need to be there. But nonetheless, we have a button that goes in right there. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to waterlog that hopper right there. It's going to flow down into here. It's going to stop right there and allow the empty shulker box to go back down and get reloaded. But we need to go ahead and basically encase this all in. So we're going to take temporary block there. We're going to go ahead and encase this all the way up just like so. Do the same thing on this side right there, just like that. We can go ahead and break this block out now because it's no longer needed. And that should all be encased right there. We also need a block on the side of our hopper there, because when we waterlog it, we definitely don't want the water coming out the side. And I believe we should be good on that side. We should be good over there. Alright, now we need to go ahead and encase this side. So let's go ahead and bring this over here. And we'll go ahead and come up right there, and just like that, that should encase all of that. And we need one more piece of glass over there, just like so. And we need to do the same thing over here. So we're going to go ahead and come all the way down. 2 blocks right there, and 1 block right there. And that should encase the entire thing, except I forgot to put some water in there. So let's go ahead and get back in here real quick. And we'll go ahead and throw some water in here. Let's see, maybe we should actually put that there. Hop up on there. Grab our water bucket. Where is our water buckets here? It's going to be in this backpack right there. And let's go ahead and get ourselves a water bucket. There we are. Okay, and if we throw that in here in this hopper here, just like that. Actually, we need to crouch place that in there. There we go. And as you can see, the water flows right over here. And anytime the shulker box is broken, it should be thrown right into this hole. All right, now we are taking that tube where the shulker box is going to be falling, and we're bringing that down here, down to our water stream over here. So we're just kind of coming down just like this, placing in these blocks just like so, and then carrying these all the way around here. I think there's a torch right there stopping me from placing that block. There we go, and then we're going to go ahead and bring this all the way down to right above this water stream here. Alright, and now we have this glass down to where we need it to be, and now we need to bring this over to our, we have a water stream that we're going to be putting in right here. So let's go ahead and build this out here just a little bit like this, just some temporary blocks here. We need to get over to this hopper right here, and so we're going to be breaking this glass just like that. We're going to go ahead and head on over here. We need to go ahead and put in some glass right there and all the way across. We're going to bring this all the way to our tunnel over here. So let's go ahead and break out this piece of glass so we can actually get in there. There we go. Okay, now we're going to go just like this, like that, and then one more around here just like this. Can I get in there? There we go. We need to get that in there like that. Then we need to go ahead and take some glass, and we're going to go ahead and go all the way around this guy just like this. This is going to be a water stream that delivers the empty shulker boxes back to the empty shulker box storage system. Then we need to break out all of our temporary blocks in these locations. There we go. Alright, then we can bring this up just like that. We can bring that up, and then these are going to be the walls to our water stream. And for those of you guys that have been tripping out on my second account over there, that's my filming account. He's filming us. We're doing a third-person time-lapse. In the first episode of us building this, I told you guys that I'd be doing a third-person time-lapse, showing you guys the time-lapse after we're done finishing all of this. So when we're all done with this project, we'll have a cool time-lapse to put together. Water is now going in. There is our water stream right there, and then we're going to go ahead and button the top of this up with some glass right there. Alright, now we've got that down there all done and dusted. Next we need to go ahead and build the glass up. This is going to be the bubble vader for all of the full shulker boxes of bone meal to refill the farm. Now we are at the top right here at the hopper. We're going to go ahead and continue on here. Progress is moving right along. Let's get up there and all the way up here just like that. That's actually too high. I don't need to be all the way up there. We need to actually come down to this level. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and put our topper on here. Let's get over in this area. We're going to need some temporary blocks. Actually, no, we're not. We can go right over here. Let's go right like that. That's looking good. Let's go ahead and see if we can place it on the side of that button. That's looking good. We're going to need some water in there, but I guess we can actually do the water after all done. These blocks are stopping me from jumping up there. And now we're down below, and I missed a piece of glass right there. There we go. And then we're going to bring this all the way down to the bottom. We're going to take this all the way down to that dropper down there, and this is the tube that's going to bring the full shulker boxes of bone meal all the way up to that shulker box unloader. Packed ice is now going in. Things are looking good. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and place in, this actually needs to be soul sand right in here. Let's go ahead and replace that right there, and we'll put in some soul sand. This is going to be where the water vader starts. We're going to go ahead and place in some glass in these areas just like that, and one more right there. We can go ahead and bring the glass all the way around our dropper, all the way just like this. Bring it all the way around just like so. There we go. Then we can actually put our water in here. We actually need to put water in right there. That's going to go ahead and carry that over with a button right there. Well, now that we have all this in, it's now time to fill this whole tube with water, and that's going to be our water vader. But I don't have any, like, kelp or even ice, and I don't think I have any in here, but I know that MK gave us some to do the trident farm that we just made a couple episodes ago, and I think it's at my base. Here we are back at the base, and I was actually expecting to see my little dirt hut. I kind of forgot that we took it out at the beginning of today's episode. Here we are back at the base, and I believe it's in here. Is it in? Here it is. Packed ice? Packed ice. There it is. There it is. I think that's enough too. Now we're placing in blocks very quickly. And here we are at the top. That's the last block. And now we need to go ahead and take our fortune pick, and we're going to go ahead and turn it all into water. Last block. This method is always a lot of fun because then this happens. Now we're here all the way at the top, and we'll go ahead and place in the last piece of glass. So the next part of this is to basically tell the shulker box dispenser down there, the dropper that just drops out the full shulker box, we need this to tell that when it needs it. And to do that, it's kind of in the way of this building right here. And as you can see here, if I open this up, let's go ahead and get our silk touch pick out here. This is Slater's base. This is inside the base, so I can't really mess with that. And so I'm thinking, because no matter where I go, I'm gonna have to mess with his base a little bit. But the corner right here, the corner you don't really see from the inside, and I think I can go ahead and take a piston and place it right here just like that. And I think I can go ahead and take in, let's get some real blocks here, because this is actually part of the redstone. And then we're going to have a redstone torch there, but before we put that in, I want to make sure it's going to push all these blocks, because we got to put a redstone block at the bottom of all this. So we've got to go all the way down here, just like that. We got to get our redstone block here, just like this. All right, and then that's going to go right there. That's going to power the next set of pistons. So let's go back up. Kind of long-winded here, but I want to make sure that that piston pushes all these blocks. So let's go ahead and get our redstone torch here. Let's get this right here. We're going to place that there. Hey, and it works. Oh man, so now where this redstone block is, how it's catty-cornered to that block, I need a piston right there to push this guy back up. But as you can see, this is the redstone to the moss farm, and my piston would be freaking out every time the moss farm went off, which is not particularly what I want. So I think another idea that I have is I think we can just go like this. I think we can go ahead and break this redstone block. I think we can actually break that block, and we can put the redstone block there, and that'll bring our piston up to where it's not messing with that. So let's go ahead and pillar up here just a little bit. Let's go ahead and go like this, just like that. Let's go ahead and put ourselves a temporary block there. And that's not going to work because I need to get in there. Let's go ahead and break this block here for right now. Let's go ahead and get this guy up here. Then we need to place on ourselves a piston right there facing up, and then some redstone block right there. Let's go ahead and get ourselves back down. And then on the other side, let's see here, we need to get ourselves over there. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some temporary blocks just like this. And then on the other side of this guy, we need to place that block in there and some redstone dust on top of him. And now this piston is going to constantly try to push that up until that piston up there is basically not extended. As soon as it's retracted, that can push up. I've been sitting here since the last clip kind of thinking about how I'm going to do this. Since we're not really following the tutorial, we're trying to blend this in with the build that we're working with here. And I know that I put this redstone dust over there, but I think we can actually use that for this side as well. I was going to use that just for this piston, but I think we can actually dual purpose it for both pistons because we still need to have another piston going down. So I think if we go like this, we can take some redstone dust right here just like that. And I think we can take this block right here, put that right there. Yes, and then we can go down here just like this. And I think we take our sticky piston, we can place that in right there. Yes, that's exactly what we want. Then we can go ahead and take some slime blocks. And we're going to come down all the way down by 11 blocks and put our redstone block on the 11th block. So now I've got to figure out how to do that. As if pillaring up wasn't going to be the answer to that. And now we can get that redstone block and a sticky piston and some more slime, and then we need to dig our way down and continue to bring this slime all the way down. I think we can bring this all the way down to that point. And we need to hook that up to this dropper right here. And now we've brought that all the way down to here, and so here's our redstone block. We're going to go ahead and hook this up to this dropper here. We need to break that glass, and there goes a piece of glass where it's not supposed to go. We'll go grab that out later. That's actually probably... it just got dispensed. We'll see what that causes. I bet you anything, it'll probably come all the way down to the bottom dropper. We'll go check it later. But nonetheless, here's our solid block right here. We're going to go ahead and put in some redstone dust, and as you can see, that makes that tick. And then we need to come over here. We need to actually grab some temporary blocks here. Let's go ahead and go up here just like... Why can't I go up anymore? There we go. So let's go like this. We need to break these two out. We need to take a regular piston. That should extend down just like that. There we are. Okay, then we need to come down here. Let's go ahead and replace our torch here because it's starting to get a little dark. Let's go just like that. There we are. Okay, so now let's grab our rockets and put these over here. And then we need to go ahead and come on down here just like this. All right, and then a sticky piston is going to go right down in here in this area. And I can't jump. Let's see if we can get this to go in that direction. I think I'm going to have to do something here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this piston to go straight up just like that. I didn't expect it to do that. Alright, so now that we got that in place, we need to go ahead and dig out down here. We need to dig out just a little bit more. I think just like that should be good. We need to get ourselves a way out, just like this. There we are. Okay, so now that's going to push some glass down, just like this, I believe. And I believe that's actually going to go down here just like that, I believe. And I think this comes out all around here, just like that. There we are. Okay, and then we have a redstone block that goes in here somewhere. I believe if that extends, that's supposed to drop down. So I believe believe this is supposed to be down here, I think, just like that. And we have that down there and this down there, which means we need to break these blocks out too. And then down here, we're supposed to have another block with some redstone dust on it, just like that. And then a piston facing back up to make this go back up when it's done. There we go. All right, so now I believe that's all done and dusted. Let's go ahead and see. If we go ahead and unpower this, this water should stop. So let's go ahead and we'll just do the redstone dust here. That's the easiest thing to do. Okay, that looks like it worked. That looks like it worked. And then if we repower it, yep, there we go. So that's pretty much what we wanted right there. Oh boy, my redstone does work, but I did make a mistake. Check this out. So if we do that, the water still flows in this direction. That sticky piston is supposed to push this block up. So that means we got to go back down here. Let's go ahead and reconstruct this here real quick on camera. Let's go ahead and get down here. This really shouldn't be too bad. And the fix for this is literally just going to be one less piece of glass. Let's go ahead and take this piston right here. There we go. Okay, then we can go ahead and take this guy right there, and we're going to go ahead and get him. We're going to have to excavate that back out again here soon. Let's go ahead and take a sticky piston and see if we can get that. See, that's what I was afraid of the first time. There we go. All right, so now what do we need to do? We need to actually go ahead and go just like this. We need to take one piece of glass out. There we go. I don't know what happened there, why I got pushed off, but nonetheless, that's where our sticky piston should be when it's fully extended, just like that. And then we need to rewire the piston that pushes it back up over here. This is almost exactly the same. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to move this up by one block. Let's go ahead and grab that. There's our smooth stone. Here's our piston. Let's go ahead and put a piece of stone underneath that one. We'll grab a regular piston. We'll go ahead and throw this up on here, just like so. Here we are. And then we'll grab that guy right there. There we are. Okay, and then some redstone dust right there. So now that that guy's charged, there we are. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad of a fix. So now if I depower this just like that, now that water source is not flowing in any direction, and that's right next to the water source, which is exactly what we want. And then when we open it, it drains out in the direction that we want it to go in. And like I promised, I'm pretty sure that what we dropped there was some glass. I bet that's in the system. That's not in that one. There it is. And I believe this is that side all done and dusted. We have literally the shulker box dispenser that's going to give us a full shulker box of bone meal, and when that's empty, we have a way for that to tell the system that we need another one, and then we have a way for that empty one to get back down here into the loading station, and then we have a way for the new one to get right back up. So here's a full working bone meal distribution system, for lack of a better word. But nonetheless, now we need to go ahead and do the exact opposite side. So now that we have this side done, we need to do that side, which is the exact same thing all over again. So instead of making you guys watch that in progress updates like you guys have been, I'm going to go ahead and do a first-person time-lapse, which would be pretty cool.
The most dangerous criminal alive. Why not just kill him and leave him? He's dead!
Tell me where he is! Tell me!
Oh my goodness, this thing came out amazing. I literally just got done editing the whole time lapse and it came out epic. I'm so happy with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, that pretty much is going to conclude today's episode. We're running a little bit long, but this is the bone meal section of this farm, all done and dusted. Now we can actually run it and get bone meal from it. I know that we don't have the moss storage system done yet, but we couldn't run that if we wanted to because we have no bone meal in this thing. So we're going to have to run it here for a little bit. And yeah, so like I said, that's going to conclude today's episode. So in between episodes, I'm going to be visiting MK again because I have all of these ender pearls here for him. In between last episode and this episode, I ground all those up at the villager trader, and that's because me and MK are going to be working on getting Bedrock. We have some big plans. We want to make some big farms which require wither cages, and wither cages require Bedrock. And you can get Bedrock in the end, legitly, with no mods and nothing like that. You can do it in pure survival, and you do that by blowing up the end portal right at the right time, which requires respawning the dragon a bunch of times, which requires end crystals. And end crystals are made from Eyes of Ender, and Eyes of Ender require blaze powder and ender pearls. So I've got those for him, and they also require gas tiers, which is why we made the gas farm last episode. So that's one of the big things that we're working on. We're going to be moving forward with that. We also need to get a bunch of dark oak saplings too, because we got to grow a dark oak tree, and we got to make a bunch of TNT, and so it's a big project. But nonetheless, I'm super excited for it, and I hope you guys are too. And if you guys are, be sure to smack the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody.